Sheila Devine. Since the first impulse of the caveman to communicate 40,000 years ago, painting has been the first language in our history, and this has also been the art proposal of Sheila Devine. She used oil paint, canvas, paper, colours and characters in abstract landscapes where nothing really exists and is only suggested in a coloured metaphor where we can find our interpretation. Her composition provided a window to her world of dreams and visions, worries, troubles and illusions, providing an artistic conflict of visual perfection in the spontaneous. She believed that art doesn't need to be beautiful, that art should give you an impression, good or bad, like life itself, creating in you feelings and emotions to fill up existence with colours and stories for a moment. Her work shares moral influences with other artists, like Egon Schiele, Gustav Klimt, the murals in Pompeii, Jean-Michel Basquiat, the music of Van Morrison and Yellow, the beat poets, Jean Genet, Dada, Surrealism, the films of Jean Cocteau and David Lynch. All of them are connected by the same frequency. As an artist, she confronted the art market, the galleries, art dealers, rejecting decorative painting, with a courageous challenge to comfort the experimental, surprise the chaos, the unexpected, the passion, the unpredictable, the madness, trying to find a meaning in a world without meaning. She was born in New York City, where she later studied art. She also lived in Berlin, where she met Endart, a group of artists she collaborated with for a time, before emigrating to Mexico during the Ronald Reagan administration. As many other American artists, she emigrated for deterrent causes, perhaps in some kind of protest. Mexico has a history of hospitality to artists from all over the world in different times. Remedios Varo, Antoine Artaud, Luis Buñuel, André Breton, Jack Kerouac, Alejandro Jodorowsky, and many more have lived and worked in Mexico. She moved to Guanajuato in the late 80s, where one of the most important art festivals in Mexico takes place, the Cervantino. Important artists from all over the world attend every October to perform music, theatre, dance and film. Artists have included B.B. King, the Bolshoi Ballet and Philip Glass amongst others. Sheila and her stepsister Kim restored the House of the Witches, La Casa de las Brujas, a legendary house with an enigmatic history. It became her workshop. Here she met a lot of different painters like Escalante, Antonio Rezvay, Inaine, musicians, sculptors, filmmakers, etc. She met Juan Ibáñez, a film director, who asked her to paint a stage for the opera Cinderella at Palacio de Bellas Artes, Mexico City. She participated in many exhibitions and also made decorative work in private houses and restaurants. Today one can see her painted work in places like Casa Cuatro and Truco Siete. She later moved to Puerto Vallarta, where she began to make etchings, ceramics, and occasionally portraits. She got involved with the Mala Agua group of artists to start a project of public art, where art is not for sale, but mostly placed where people can see it in public spaces. The name of the project was Ruta Quale, supported by Pete and Monica Bancroft Foundation. She was making drawings all the time and having shows and exhibitions at many galleries and public spaces, and her decorative work is found in private houses and restaurants. Several artists use Puerto Vallarta as a place for developing their work. In the same space in the late 90s and early 21st century, creating a Latin American subculture. It's necessary to remember the words from the director John Huston, who also lived in Puerto Vallarta. When Humphrey Bogart died, he said, "All artists are different, but somehow are the same. We have no reason to feel any sorrow for him, only for ourselves for having lost him. He is irreplaceable, but there will be another one like him." It's difficult to find the words to say goodbye or thank an artist. So many artists shine and disappear like fireworks in the sky. This is a testimony of Sheila Devine. She existed.